Good afternoon, everybody. It's me, Bart Winkler, just another schmuck that runs to his laptop after the Packers play. How many live streams are happening on your feed right now? I'm happy to be buried amongst them. Welcome into the Winklerverse, or maybe you're listening to this on a Sunday night or Monday or later in the week after you've listened to everybody else's thrilling content. Packers beat the Giants 27-20. I will hold off on any of the Matt LaFleur hatred for now. I'm not fond of how this went today from a Matt LaFleur perspective, but I am happy that the Packers won. Yes, I am happy that the Packers won. I think everybody should be. Picture the two different timelines. Okay. Packers win. Sigh of relief. There's still plenty ahead of them, plenty to play for. I did not check out the early games as much I would have liked to. I'm just realizing what happened in the Chicago and Minnesota game. Did they walk them off with a field goal? Yeah. All right. So congratulations to Cairo Santos and the Bears, who improved to 7-3. Minnesota 4-6. Detroit plays Sunday night. They're 6-3. So Chicago, as of this sentence, first place in the NFC North on the 16th of November. Congratulations to them. Do they put the banner on the south end of that stadium for that, or the north? I forget where mid-December banners go. But, that's a game that if you're a Packer fan, you're looking at and wishing that the Vikings would have won. Because the playoffs are not a guarantee for Green Bay. So the timeline that we're on is where the Packers won. And right now the Packers sit at 6-3-1, which has them in 7th. Now there's a bunch of teams that have not played yet or are still wrapping up, where the results are going to be interesting. The 49ers have a real cake schedule coming up. They've already scored. McCaffrey, nice. So they've already scored. I think they're going to have 10 wins by the middle of December. So I'm thinking that they're getting in the postseason. Your path is going to be winning the NFC North or one of these wild cards, obviously. So who are you contending with? You're contending with Carolina, who I guess we're watching to hope that they lose, because then there would be some more padding. But then you're going to get into a race, really, with the loser of this Rams-Seahawks game, the Bears, and the 49ers. So the Packers, they are in – so if the Niners win, they're 7-4, Packers 6-3-1. Do we get the edge on that? I don't know. But the Packers are in no comfortable situation. It's not all right, just play Packer football and you're going to make the playoffs. They need to win a lot of games that are hard that are coming up. So they absolutely needed to win this one. This was a must win. I don't care if we don't like throwing that word around or what. If they didn't win this one, they would be screwed. They have the Vikings next week, which Vikings aren't looking great. That's at home. Hopefully you can get a win there. That would be win number 7. You have the Bears twice. Let's say we split with them conservatively, so that's 8. You're at the Lions and Vikings and Broncos, and then the Ravens. So of those, if you split the Bears and beat the Vikings, of Lions, Ravens, Vikings on the road, and Broncos on the road, you'll need to win 2 of those just to get to 10 wins. And again, Chicago has 7 wins. So let's say they split with you. They're at 8 wins. They have the Steelers, at the Eagles, Browns, Niners, Lions. The Bears are looking like 10 wins is possible. And then again, with the 49ers, I mentioned their schedule. I'll tell it to you. It's Cardinals, Panthers, Browns, Titans, the next 4. So that's not great. And we're going to see how this Carolina game ends up, because if they win, they're 6-5 and they're still in the mix. So there's a lot that is not guaranteed here at all for the Packers up to this point. So again, the timeline that we're in is good. They won a game. There's a lot that sucked in that game. You don't like them, the Giants, constantly having fourth downs that they convert. Was it 3 on that one series? You don't like that the receivers couldn't catch. You don't like that the cornerbacks couldn't catch for most of the game, or anybody in the secondary. There was a lot. There's a lot of bad here, but the timeline we're in is we have to be thankful for a win because the math is getting a little tricky for the Packers to make the playoffs. Of course, if they that's where we're at. They're 6-3-1. If you're in LaFleur Nation, this has nothing to do with LaFleur. I'm telling you just where they're at. There are probably 8 teams fighting for 7 spots. There are 8 teams fighting for 7 spots. So they had to win today because of the math. And I wanted them to win today. I did not want them to lose to the Giants. That timeline is a stinky one. That timeline, the Panthers scored. That timeline, the Packers lose 3 games in a row. Matt LaFleur is having a press conference wondering if it's his last. Like whether or not they would have fired him after a loss, he would be going into this game or going into the press conference and going onto the plane wondering if his job was safe. Like he would need to know on Monday that his key card worked, and he would not have to hope. What I get all too often in this business is an 8:30 a.m. email that says you have a noon Zoom in which you're going to be told that it's not happening anymore. So I hope that for Matt LaFleur's sake, he doesn't get that email, and it does not look like that he will after the Packers won this game. So I think now LaFleur is safe for the rest of the season. I can still be fire LaFleur, man. I still do not like him. I don't think that the players necessarily are playing for him. I don't think they're not playing. I don't think they're playing against him, but I don't think he's doing anything to inspire. Like nobody's like, we got to win it for coach, or coach believes in me. I'm going to give my all on the field. We know there's been a lot said last couple of weeks. We wanted to go out there and show it to Matt that we got his back. That's not happening. And, maybe it doesn't need to. But for Matt LaFleur right now, he's going to be the coach. This was the moat that he did have to get over. He found a bridge. It's shark-infested, alligators, whatever. I would like a moat. If I ever get a dream home, not that this, is not my dream home, but if I could ever build from scratch, I would include a moat. So Matt LaFleur got over the moat. He'll be safe for the rest of the season. Now, what is going to happen at the end of the season is going to be determined by what happens at the end of the season. If Matt LaFleur gets to the playoffs as a 6 or a 7, if he gets to the playoffs as a 6 or 7, then he'll be fine. Or no, he won't be. If they lose, he'll be screwed. If they win, I still think NFC Championship game is bare minimum. And I wonder if Super Bowl or bust is not what Ed Policy and the decision makers up in those offices, of which I am included as an owner, are one of them. Remember, we are brought to you by Happy Place Hemp. Get those THC seltzers and gummies while you can. They will still be making them for a good year, but we do need some work because old Big Alcohol slipped something into the ring, and I need those babies. Oh, I need them. I had 4 throughout the day yesterday, mainly at night, pretty much all at night. But I kept drinking them. Now they were only the 5. I'm a big tough guy. But you can get them at happyplacehemp.com. The promo code is BART. 25% off every order there. Happyplacehemp.com. Tell them Bart sent you, which you'll be doing by putting the BART code in at checkout. I'll get to some comments. We can have virtual comments with Hot Take Jake, who's accidentally in the gym post game.
Oh, stop.
Look at you. Is that your basement, Jake?
No. I'm at a local facility.
That's on the north wing of your home?
Yeah, no. That one day, that's the goal. Might be a little echoey in here. I don't know about you guys. I'm like totally way more in on LaFleur now than I was last week, right?
You think you should be fired more today?
Well, I mean, no. My point is like, there's probably people that, they're holding on to like, oh, he won. So like maybe people will leave him alone. And it's like, yeah, no, if anything, I'm a little bit more in on fire LaFleur because.
Well, Jake, this was a similar like kind of game that they've been playing for the last few weeks. It's that the other team is going to get an opportunity to beat you because you're not doing anything to spread it out. And I'm going to give it back to you. I'm also going to go 4-box here.
Yeah.
So Jake, you can take the serve, but we are bringing Ben L into the proceedings.
What up, guys?
And it's been too long for our dear friend Craig Thompson.
I figured I'd jump on to be the counter to Mr. Jake up there, him being all buff and me looking like I just spent 22 hours at the all-you-could-eat buffet.
At that point, you might as well go the full day, Craig.
What's that?
If you're going 22 hours, you might as well go the full 24.
Yeah, well, I'm like the president, 20 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah, I'll just laugh.
Hashtag Bubba.
I'll just leave that one out there to just linger.
Hashtag Bubba. All right, so I'll go around the box. Jake, your thoughts?
So like, it's funny you mentioned, I went to the gym to watch the game because I'm like, my apathy for this team has set in. I've just, like you were with the Brewers, Bart, like I'm just fully convinced with Matt LaFleur, the Packers are not going to win a Super Bowl. So this team it never really gets me excited. Cool, they won. Like, I'm happy that they won today. But it was like, it was very telling. It was just, I'd rather go get a mediocre workout in and kind of watch the game because I don't have the passion to sit down and get into it anymore. It's also just, it's frustrating as hell when I feel like everybody or anybody that, understands football knows that this team is built personnel wise to air it out, to play with tempo. And LaFleur is just dead set on this BS power running thing that, he thinks he has the prime 1993 Dallas Cowboys offensive line and Derrick Henry in the backfield. And, you're setting your quarterback up to fail when you're not running an offense that's conducive to his talents. And then lo and behold, every time they're forced to air it out, they look great. The ball moves, there's rhythm. We're getting big chunk plays, but it's like he has to be backed into a corner for that to happen. And I'm just tired of looking at his stupid face. I really am.
Ben, we've talked about LaFleur the last few weeks. If that's your take or wherever.
Not my take. I do agree, though. I think he's safe now. I don't know if he would have been fired if they lost just because it's a long season, but
just in watching the game, I was wondering that, like in the fourth quarter,
he had a good game. Like,
there was enough that the Packers players did wrong themselves in this game.
True.
To kind of like, it didn't feel as much like it did against the Browns or even the Eagles or the Panthers. It felt more like these stupid idiots aren't catching the football. They're not hanging on to their tackles.
Cut Musgrave?
What?
Musgrave's bag should be packed. He should be done. You're off the team.
He's not doing well.
Yeah, he got bailed out.
But my take is I want to live in a timeline where Malik Willis is the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. I think Jordan Love is excellent, and I think that he has an incredible game. It was a fun game to watch. But I just want to know. What Malik Willis would do with this team.
Like you want to. No, Jake. I'd love to see a timeline too, just to see it, but I think they would go 6-11.
I think we've got two excellent quarterbacks on our team.
I don't.
Really? All right. Well, that's my take. I think we have two very good quarterbacks. One is more running. One is more deep ball.
Well, I don't think Matt LaFleur wants to put the ball in the air. And
I'm definitely not going to take the stance where you should have two packages or play two quarterbacks. That's not where I'm at. I just thought that when Malik came in, it boosted the offense and it did push Jordan Love to have a better game. I think he felt the pressure, just like we want Matt LaFleur to feel the pressure. I think Jordan Love felt a little pressure. He had to get back in there after that hit. He had to show up Malik Willis, and he did.
I don't agree with that, but you're right to think for yourself. You think Jordan Love thought his job was on the line?
No. I think it was a boost. Like
legit, like Malik Willis coming in was just a little like hit of the smelling salt for Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I had a reel that is still getting play on Facebook. Thank you, Meta and Zuck. But it's getting play because I started by saying, I think Matt LaFleur would rather have Malik Willis as the starting quarterback. And then I said that when Malik is in there, he can just it's the same thing when people talk about, oh, you don't have a number one receiver anymore. Your offense should be more, you're not like, I have to get it to this guy. I feel like when Jordan Love's out there, because either he can throw it deep or they've paid him the money, LaFleur feels like, okay, well, we got to pass a little. And then when Malik's in there, he's like, I can just run. I can do my end arounds. Malik can do RPO. I can just run the football. I'll throw it. And this is exactly Craig. And this is exactly what happened when Malik was in last year is they ran. Malik's still going to be asked to make 5 or 6 throws a game as the starter. And he made his one today. And then he went back out. But I do think LaFleur is more comfortable with Malik Willis, not because Malik is better, but because he's much worse.
I have a hot take on the Malik situation. I think when he's in the game, LaFleur feels like he can just say, oh, well, it was a backup quarterback. You know, he won't take the blame. Like a backup quarterback will always take the blame for a bad play. So he's more willing to run the tricky RPO with the quarterback run or throw that deep pass with Malik than he is Jordan Love. But he did open it up with Jordan Love in this game.
I don't know where yeah.
I think it's more that either LaFleur is just a complete dipshit that schemes the game as if Malik Willis was his quarterback, or you have like a Moneyball, Billy Bean, Artie Howe situation where like you brought it up on the pod this week, Bart, where it's like, yeah, we need you to play this guy so our system works. And LaFleur's like, fuck you, I'm going to play my guy. Sorry if I broke the F-bomb barrier. No, I would say Jordan Love and like, I love you, Ben. But that like comment is giving me PTSD because I'm in this text thread with my in-laws who I love dearly. And every time Green Bay's not playing well, it's get rid of Love. Love is awful. What the hell is he doing? And I'm like, maybe, just maybe, it's the 5 fucking drops that they had that were put right in their fucking hands in the first half. And that's why Green Bay's not moving the ball. But that's just me. I don't know.
I'm going to go through some of these comments. I had Matt in the Falls hanging out here, and then I don't know where he went.
That's his brand.
I don't know where he went. All right, here's some comments. I haven't read any of them yet. Justin, a win is a win, even if it looks like dog poo.
I'm going to comment on that. I think the game was fun to watch. I don't think it was dog poo. Yeah, there were a lot of drops, but I thought it was a good game. It was exciting.
If you're an impartial observer, like if this is Sunday Night Football and the nation is watching, they're enjoying this game. As a Packer fan, I didn't feel any joy until Micah Parsons got that sack.
Now with the Watson fade,
I was happy, but I also thought
that was awesome.
I thought, okay, here come the Giants, and they're going to win on a 2-point conversion.
It was exciting.
RJ, who's been all over me online, because my title is Jordan Love, Micah Parsons, save Matt LaFleur's job. He says, save Matt LaFleur's job, emoji, laughing emoji. Yeah, I would say Again, based off how the game felt, maybe he doesn't get fired. But there was well over a 50% shot if they lose this game 3 in a row. Playoffs are probably out. You would have lost his job. Yes.
Well, I have a theory on that, Bart. I think if your policy, he's already made his mind up whether or not LaFleur is back next year. Whether, we don't know what his mind is, but I think he knows. So if you know he's not coming back next year, which I'm inclined to believe that might be the case without an extension, then I feel like they almost have to give Hafley a shot because he's gone as a head coach somewhere next year. And what do you have to lose?
I don't think he's just automatically gone.
I mean, I've heard reports that if he's, pretty much as the season is over, the Giants are calling him and they're going to bring him in for an interview and that's their guy.
Yeah, so, there's all these reports coming out of Atlanta as well that LaFleur's interested in Atlanta. And how is that even I think that's just things being made up in Atlanta. And whatever you mentioned, I don't think is real. I don't think
he's a match made in heaven with Kyle Pitts.
I guess. Green Magic with a $5 doney.
Nice.
Says if Packer fans don't enjoy winning the division, that's a problem. I mean, I want to win the division. We need the Eagles to win tonight. The Bears beating the Vikings is no good. I mean, I hate that I'm
Bulls and get the little shirt in the hat. Yeah, that'll be fun, but just you're not winning a Super Bowl with the guy. I will go to my grave on that one.
Austin is joining the mix. Again, I don't know where Craig went. I don't know where Matt went.
Hey, gang.
Austin's a suitable.
Austin, you beautiful son of a bitch. I miss you.
I miss you.
Dude, all right.
I bet Austin's going to light me up with my comment about Malik wearing a love jersey.
No, he'll be nice.
Man.
He's diplomatic.
Let's go love, brother.
What do you think about the game, Austin?
All right. I know the main thing that we want to do is bitch. And I'm going to do that. And I called national show and told you, what did I tell you, Bart, on that national show? LaFleur bad, receiver drops, no urgency. I didn't have to fucking change it. Little prop comedy. I didn't have to change a single fucking note on it. Because LaFleur's bad, there is no urgency, and receiver drops. Am I wrong?
No, the prop was excellent. Good use of prop.
Time is a flat circle. Oh, Bart, I don't want to let this go because that's a good bit for the show, the prop comedy. I also, it reminded me that I'm watching a game today. On Friday night, I went to the Bucks game and I got to watch Charlotte's head coach, who is decidedly with the players. And then today I get to see a head coach who is not with the players. So it's kind of a nice yin and yang thing.
What a throwback.
More comments. Dallas Tom, something has been off about Jacobs all year. Given the chance, Wilson looked like the better back today.
I'm waiting for Marshawn Lloyd to play football. Is that ever going to happen, or are we just?
No, I think he's got Joe Mixon disease. Where is Joe Mixon?
He's on the Vikings and he sucks dick. I'm sorry. I'm really fucking upset about.
Someone did text me that their kid is watching this, and so I'm like.
So I'm sorry for just saying that. I knew it the second I saw
Austin, just say hashtag Bubba instead. We'll know what you mean.
Hashtag Bubba.
All right.
I think Jacobs was good when he was. I mean, he's averaging 6 yards a carry when he's in there. Wilson looked good though. There's no taking away from either of them. I think they both.
I'll say I think the running game hasn't looked as good as it did last year, but ability-wise, when I watch Jacobs, I don't feel like he's lesser of a player than he was.
Matt in the Falls.
If Irish goodbyes were an Olympic sport, I would take home the gold every time.
What about an Irish come back in the bar because you forgot your keys?
I don't really do that anymore.
Oh.
But anyway,
what's up?
I'm feeling better about this team, but it still feels like they defense came through at the end. Christian Watson is a huge addition because our receivers were just not getting it done as a group. That was a huge issue.
All right, we're doing a Tim Shea thing
Yeah,
here.
I mean that's.
Absolutely.
I just if we make the
I got
playoffs,
an Irish. I got an Irish goodbye you.
What is it with these
I miss
people?
this
Why
show.
get fucking connection? You know?
Huh?
Jesus Christ.
Well, it's either the connection or everybody's always eating.
I've been there. You got to get on the show.
It's
Got to
part
step
of
into the
lore,
Winklerverse.
though,
You can't
Bart.
miss it.
Yeah. You
Must
just gotta
watch
get
TV.
you just gotta get in. All right, let me read a few more. Travis says, good win, team sucks. Let Love throw the ball.
But
Andrew says the
that's what
defense-
happened. He did throw the ball.
Yeah, I got some on that. Andrew says the defense couldn't get off the field, but somehow figured it out. Even like, so I think the sequence that made me the most mad is when the Giants had that long drive and finally the Packers, get the ball back, and then we go 3-and-out right away. And Love did he throw down the field to Golden? Was that what happened?
Well, yeah, it's very predictable. Like as if it's 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 and Philly has the ball, it's tush push. If it's 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 and Green Bay has the ball, that they're just throwing the bomb.
Go
Like
inside
you
zone.
can scheme it.
Oh,
at
we
this
got the
point.
ball. They turned it over on downs. It was Wilson up for 5, Wilson up for 3, and then Love went deep. But then again, that is how they scored. Was they had a 2nd down and Love went deep. There's just, and I know the receivers are banged up and Dobbs was in and out and he was dropping and coming back in and making a catch and he was all over. And, Malik Heath, who knows what happened there? I didn't see. Bo Melton's back in running the football. I know that the wide receivers are banged up and that room is hurt. However, it is like short pass or deep. Where are the slants?
Every time.
Where's anything in the middle?
Yeah, not a lot in the middle.
Well, and that's
Lost
what
three.
And then when
LaFleur
it's a
wants
3rd
to
and
do.
2 and they go deep, Love is getting crapped on for that. But this is how LaFleur, this is how LaFleur's drawing it up.
Right. Like I find it interesting. Like Ben, I know he said he wants to see
Panthers
what
won.
the offense look like with Malik Willis. I'm surprised that more people aren't like, I want to see what Jordan Love looks like with a real fucking coach. Like that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I
What else you guys
agree,
thinking?
I agree with Jake on that. I don't understand. You're not fucking oh my God, I'm so sorry for swearing so much. But I'm frustrated from watching that game. You're not allowing Jordan Love to be the guy that you drafted. You drafted that guy and creamed your pants for him, and you're not calling a game for him. So
All the receivers, all the skill position guys, the O-line, like you've invested so much in this guy.
yes. So why are we not just going all out on it? And then you know what? If it fails, it fails. But you had Aaron Rodgers and you pissed that away. So now you got your guy that you wanted so bad. So just make the offense that you envisioned and see how it goes. But it looks like LaFleur is then you couldn't do it. Now it looks like that is LaFleur's offense and it's crap, for lack of a swear.
I've said it before, and it drives me crazy to say it, but I hate this guy with a passion. But if Dan Campbell was the head coach of this team, they would be so fucking good. It would be insane.
Yeah, Jake.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree too.
All right, look at that. That's what we call a sweep, Bart. 4 out of 4.
I think they'd be a lot better team if Mike Kafka was the head coach.
If who?
The Giants interim.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm going to bring
can't get
Carlos
more.
in here in a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'll get off. If
I'll listen to
Carlos
you
is
guys.
joining, I'll pop
Yeah,
off.
yeah, but if you guys have one final thought each.
Sure, I'll start.
Fuck Matt LaFleur. There.
The Bucks should absolutely be embarrassed. I was looking at ticket prices for that Lakers game last night. You can't just punt an entire first half every game and think that you're going to win. Giannis, leave your fucking feet.
I got nervous
when you're
about
trying
the
to grab
cup,
a
dude.
rebound.
I got nervous, Jake, about that cup game because we never lost a cup game in the group stage before. So I was like,
Well,
I
and
really,
then,
really
you know,
wanted them
I
to
was
win.
at that game, Bart, and it was a stupid amount of Hornets and Con nipple fans, like with their stupid
Yeah.
broccoli floppy haircuts.
2,000
like,
people there.
They were standing up on every shot and acting like he's a dog or something, and it's like he's Con fucking nipple from Duke. Settle down.
Nipple.
But yeah, that's my final thought. Is the Bucks? The effort level is embarrassing. Get your shit together. Love you guys.
Jake, Ben.
I want to shout out to Carlos with the K. He did call the untimely fumble interception to lose the game, so I thought that was a great take. I don't have any other takeaways than I thought it was a great game. I know you guys don't agree, but I thought it was a solid win.
They won. We're all happy they won. Yep.
It's okay that we can be mad about the way they won, though, Ben.
But I don't even agree with that. I thought it was a good win.
I think today they needed a win more than anything. I'm not mad about the way they won because this is the team. This is what they are. They're a team that's going to keep it close because they don't utilize their weapons and they don't put teams away.
I don't think the Giants are that bad of a team. I know they're 2-9 now, but I thought it was a solid win. Peace out, guys.
Ben, I love your perspective. I'm sorry. I'm just in a bad mood. So I'm gonna leave too, Bart. Very excited to see you and Carlos with a K. One of the best producers I've ever heard outside of Todd. So
well, R.I.P. to Todd.
Well, get the 4 Ds in there.
All right. Yeah, Todd's brother, Rod. Horvat and I were talking about the other day. Rod with 4 Ds. Bobby says, think our blueberry blessings that Drew Brees wasn't the head coach of the Giants because he said 2 plays just for the interception just to run the ball. Drew Brees was in the booth today. This was a big career moment for Drew Brees, who I did not like at all in his first go-round at NBC. I thought he was as dry as the oatmeal on the shells at the Hy-Vee. But I thought he was bad. And he really, really wants to do this for a career. And he has said multiple times, like, I can be the best. I've heard Drew Brees say that. And he's not good at it. You know, listen to Collinsworth tonight. There's going to be something Tirico says, and Collinsworth is going to have a 25-minute explanation as if he's already seen the play and knows how to break it down. Drew Brees was like, yeah, it's a good play there, and then left a lot of time on the board. I saw LaFleur hug Parsons like a child hugs Santa. It was hilarious. Sorry. Yeah, LaFleur, well, it saved his job. Micah Parsons' sack saved the job. Matt LaFleur is a young boy in a teenage man's body. Okay. Carlos Ortiz was on the other side of this, although was he? He was on the Winklerverse last week. Carlos.
Ahoy. What's going on, Alberto?
Who's the jersey? Rodney Hampton?
No, this is a Jason Sehorn fashion jersey because this is the last time that I remember the Giants defense was actually any good. That's not true.
No, Rodney Hampton was 27. That's on me.
Yeah, come on.
I think I was thinking of Otis Anderson, who was 35.
You should know your Giants numbers. Yes, he was 35.
No, he was 24.
I should know my Giants numbers.
Who was 35?
I don't know.
Brandon Jacobs was 27, right?
Yes, that one I know for sure because you give him the ball, he turns into a truck.
And Tiki was 21?
Yes.
And what's Cam Scadaboo, 44?
Yes.
Okay.
Why are we talking about Giants jersey numbers?
What'd you think of I don't know.
Because he certainly didn't bring me up that.
What'd you think of the game?
Well, listen, I got a lot of thoughts, which is crazy for a team that's 2-9. Didn't have that many.
Sorry.
I mean, I have way more thoughts on a 2-win team than I should. But before I rip into the Giants, because this is a Insert the Winklerverse podcast, which is, Wisconsin centric, rightfully so. I got to hear what have some of the people who jumped on with you or your thoughts on what the Packers look like, because I think this game, regardless if you were a Giants or a Packers fan, said more about Green Bay going forward than anything changes about New York's narrative.
Oh,
yeah, seriously, my dog picks the worst time to howl.
Well, I just had two guys on, Jake and Austin, who still hate LaFleur as much as ever.
Good.
Ben he said he even enjoyed the game. Like it was a fun game to watch. He was alone on that island around here.
Okay.
I think I said coming into this game that if the Packers lose, LaFleur is going to get fired. I don't know that the game played out in a way where he actually would have. I think the players did a lot of failing in this game, whether it was the fourth downs that they were able to convert. They sat in zone probably for too long. The Packers, there were a lot of drop passes, both from the offense and the defense.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that I've been saying, so my takeaway is regarding LaFleur and me wanting him fired, is that I saw more evidence to what it is that I think LaFleur wants. And that's an offense built around a quarterback that doesn't have the kind of skills that Jordan Love has. Jordan Love can throw the football down the field, which is really the only skill that Matt LaFleur, I guess, doesn't like in a quarterback.
Yeah.
When Malik Willis was in there, they were calling the game. They did this last week, too. Hold on. My wife and kid just laughed again.
They laughed at you?
No, they left.
Oh, okay.
Don't you give them a heads up if you're like where they're going?
Not in your household where you do not put your foot down. Come and go as they please.
I don't know. Did they pack the bags forever?
You go inside the house and then it's like a Will Smith meme where all the furniture's gone.
Was this podcast Bart? I married a man who after Packer games goes into the basement and yells about the result with his internet friends. I've had enough. I'm out. What the hell?
Oh, man. You couldn't be so lucky to be single in this economy.
All right. So, yeah, but I just felt like looked more comfortable. He doesn't think Malik Willis is better. No. I say that and that's what people hear. No. He thinks Malik Willis is worse. That's why he wants him to be the quarterback. So you can just run more.
Yeah. Yeah. So, dude, if you're a Packers fan, and I'm watching this obviously as a Giants fan, who was sort of kind of low-key rooting for my team to lose for draft positioning. Also, I want the entire front office and coaching staff to get fired. So, like, the end result is what I wanted, but how we got there was infuriating. As a Giants fan or an independent football observer, there's no way you walk away from this game thinking the Packers are a legitimate Super Bowl contender. It is so clear that they are in that second tier of teams that this is an infuriating game to win for Wisconsin and Packers fans. Because you mentioned all the drop passes. They should have easily had like 4 interceptions. Jameis Winston was giving them reasons to have the defense a better stat line. But the reason why it's more alarming, other than like the missed opportunities in terms of turnovers and drop passes, because the score could have been much bigger for the Packers early on. This game was much tighter than it needed to be, and it's who you beat. Yes, I mentioned earlier the Giants have 2 wins, but this isn't even the same Giants team from the beginning of the season. Obviously, you have no Russell Wilson. The guy's absolutely cooked, so Jameis Winston was the right call. But you didn't face Jackson Dart. You didn't face Cam Scatterbo. There's no Malik Neighbors in this Giants team. You're losing to guys who were on the practice squad a couple weeks ago. In fact, the Giants' leading receiver was Isaiah Hodgins, who just got elevated for this game. And
yeah, we only won because Jalen Hyatt stopped running.
he just gives up on running routes. He just stops twice in the fourth quarter, including that last interception that Jameis Winston finally threw, which is ironically the only interception that I would say that he wasn't at fault for. Like Hyatt just literally stopped running a corner route. But there's a couple of silver linings for the Packers, but I think this was a more infuriating game because the Giants lost this game, which is insane to say about a 2-win team. Again, there could have been plenty of interceptions, but there was no passing touchdowns. You guys were just getting gashed on the ground to Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary. Singletary almost 3 yards a carry. Tracy had almost 5 yards a carry that they were both averaging. So the rush defense was absolutely putrid for you guys. Micah Parsons disappeared for 3 quarters. He didn't really show up until the fourth. Dude, no, he was not a factor until the fourth quarter. Right. He was an absolute no-show. Because there was a couple times he tried. Both Andrew Thomas and Jermaine Illuminor helped Micah Parsons pretty well. I think for 3 quarters, he was not a factor, as Christian McCaffrey owners are celebrating because he gets a second touchdown. That first one was a gimme. But Xavier McKinney wasn't really much of a factor in this game. The silver linings, obviously.
Thanks for keeping everybody watching this up to date on the NFL.
Oh yeah, listen, we Marco. We got to give updates somehow. But the silver linings for you guys is Christian Watson. He gets through. I think this is his emerging game. That's that down the field, option that LaFleur doesn't want to have. I think Christian Watson's game is the worst thing that could happen for Matt LaFleur, because Matt LaFleur is like, no. I want to only throw intermediate passes, West Coast offense. I don't want a guy that can stretch the field. So that's a nightmare for him. But here's why it's a silver lining for you, other than the fact that he got 2 long bombs. Deonte Banks is the Giants' punching bag at cornerback. Deonte Banks wasn't responsible for either one of those Christian Watson touchdowns. Corey Black, who was a practice squad guy a couple weeks ago, was on the coverage for 1. And then Cordell Flott, who's actually probably one of our better corners, which is crazy. He was torched for that first.
I've never heard that last name before.
Who, Flott?
Yeah, I asked a friend. I said, "What if my name was Bart Flott?"
No, that might be bad for you because Flott rhymes with snot. So you'd be fart snot.
I think they would call me Fart Plop, I think.
Yeah, snot, plop. I can get a flop.
Like you need Flott is one of those names where you need half the names don't work for Flott.
Yeah.
I think a lot of names work with Winkler. Maybe it's the 2 syllable, like Carlos Winkler works.
In what world? Not mine.
In my dream world.
That's awful.
Maybe like Doug Winkler works.
Dog Winkler actually is kick ass. Like if your nickname was just Dog, that's so bad.
Doug. I said Doug.
Oh, I heard Dog. But my last little silver lining for you guys is Keyshawn Nixon. I think had an incredible game. I thought he was an absolute standout.
And we all hate him.
I don't know why you hate him. I feel like he was all over this game here, being a factor. So it's concerning for Packers overall. I don't think you guys look great at all, despite a win. Like, obviously, I know Matt LaFleur is going to go on the podium and say, you know what, tough fought win. It's the NFL. Every game's a hard game to win, blah, blah, blah. This is a win that you do not feel good about if you're Green Bay.
Yeah, but I think the Packers are past that. He said extremely happy with the win.
The way that this defense played, if you're playing the Lions, you're playing the Eagles, the Buccaneers, you're losing this game. The way the defense played right now,
Carlos, if we're playing the full strength Giants, they're losing this game.
Well, I still don't know.
If your running backs did that to us, what's Scatabo doing? What's Jackson Dart doing to us with the threat of running? We're cooked.
Yeah, but the Giants still have no defense. And
neither do we.
Dude, another fourth quarter lead for this team. This is the fourth quarter game that the Giants have blown.
James Winston was more hamstrung than LaFleur. They didn't let him do anything. And he still almost threw 5 interceptions.
Yeah, no, like you guys are winning this even if the Giants are at full strength because the defense is terrible.
You're right. This, like, as a Packer fan, this was a must win. Had they not won, I want LaFleur to be fired anyway, but I'm not. It's not going to happen. This was the point where it could have happened during the season.
Yeah.
And they won, so it's not.
Now it's LaFleur the rest of the year.
And I look around, and I started like this, but I'm looking around. The Bears won. The 49ers are going to win 4 of their next 4 games.
Yeah.
They have to stay in contention. The playoffs are not a guarantee for the Packers. There's going to be, and with Carolina winning, they're 6-5, so I got to put them in. There's 9 teams fighting for 7 spots. And the Packers don't have the leeway that we thought we once did. And in watching this game, you're right. They are not a good team.
Can I make one side note here? Because obviously,
or at least not a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, no, listen, they should get into the postseason. I say should, but you're right. They're in the pack of everybody. But I want to make one kind of side observation here, because our franchises are in 2 totally different places, where the Packers it should be Super Bowl or bust after that Micah Parsons trade. Now it just might be, all right, let's get into the playoffs and see what happens mode. But either way, you guys have postseason aspirations, whereas the Giants, it's another loss year, another lost season, another year of evaluation. Do you feel any concern that Jeff Hafley might have played himself out of an interview with the Giants in terms of head coaching opportunity? Because I didn't see anything that made me want to think, okay, I want that guy to be my head coach if I'm a Giants fan looking for a new head coach.
Let me answer this first from Green Magic. Bart, please be honest. You wanted the Packers to lose. I really didn't. I swear to you.
If the Packers losing would have resulted in LaFleur getting fired, you 1,000% would have wanted the Packers to lose.
No, there wasn't a part of me. I was getting anxious in the 4th quarter, and my kids playing, and my wife had gone for a walk. And then I was like, I need you in here. People are texting me. I'm getting anxious. I needed this. I didn't want, no. For this podcast, trying to keep this afloat and off the ground. And by the way, you may see me put a more concerted effort into this podcast in the very near future.
Oh, geez. I wonder why. Oh, it's because this industry is headed toward podcasts. Right. Nothing to do about anything else.
But yes, Matt LaFleur getting fired would have been great for my November numbers. Okay. However,
Christmas around the corner.
And I mean this, I would much rather be, my desire to be right about Matt LaFleur is strong, very strong, but it is lower than me wanting the Packers. I want the Packers to win. Yeah. I'd rather have Matt LaFleur. I'd rather have Matt LaFleur really show me by winning 3 straight Super Bowls. Oh man, oh no, that would suck. The whole reason I'm so upset about him is because we're not winning Super Bowls. The Jeff Hafley thing, there's a lot of people that assume if LaFleur is fired, Hafley'd be the next head coach, and I think that's just next man up. I don't know much about Jeff Hafley other than really he's better than the last guy we had.
Yeah, Joe Barry. Yeah, he
Joe Barry.
Thank you. Back. Yeah,
I was gonna say Mike Pettin. Oh my god, where did Mike Pettin go? By the way,
I don't know. I haven't heard about of him after he left Cleveland. I can't say that I'm a big follower of Mike Pettin's career.
Oh, assistant head coach, outside linebackers coach with Minnesota.
All right. Well, he's still in the division.
I got some more comments. Do you mind if I rip through them?
Sure. It's your show. That's a common theme for me.
Do you want to stay here or do you want to leave me?
I'll listen to your comments because maybe I could laugh at somebody as Jackson Smith-Njigba does not haul in that touchdown, which I desperately need.
Thank you. The fact, did I read this one already? I think I did.
It's new to me.
Stalis Tom, the fact that LaFleur is committed to a power run game behind the worst O-line in the league is a fireable offense. I think he should. Yeah, I mean, I've made my thoughts on that. Andrew says, yeah, you get the lead. And it's like he's trying to run out the time. For once, I'd like to stay aggressive and put someone away instead of coming down to the wire.
Yeah, that's absolutely what I was thinking about this game. Again, the score should not have been nearly as close.
Even when they got the ball back after downs, they went run,
Yes.
run, pass, deep pass. Like, you gave it right back to them. Your defense was on the field for 7 minutes of game time. You gave it right back to them.
Yeah, the fact that even Jameis was in position to throw a Hail Mary at the end of the game was asinine. Shouldn't have even had that look.
No. I agree. Please let Josh Jacobs heal up, please. Get him as close to 100% as possible. Come on now. That's from Timothy.
The problem with that is you guys need every win that you can get. You guys, one loss could knock you out of the playoffs. Like, you're playing postseason football until people start to separate themselves. 9 teams going for 7 spots. If Jacobs is healthy enough and banged up, you got to play him.
I don't think this person's still listening, so I won't read that one.
Also, that might have been a time-sensitive comments because there's only 2 of us now.
Yeah,
compared to 4.
I'm just going back. Yeah, where did Craig go? Craig Thompson was here. I don't know where he went. This guy comes in every week, but since they won today, I'll give him the spotlight of bear down emoji.
Yeah, solid win for the Bears, I guess. JJ McCarthy, side note. Good Lord, this kid stinks. Oh, he is so
Yeah,
bad.
I got to try to trade him in my dynasty league. I think
Dude,
I got 1 week too late.
I hope I haven't passed my trade deadline in my fantasy league. I might move Justin Jefferson. This guy is literally a yawn for 8 to 9 points a week.
Someone who keeps commenting as a Matt LaFleur wife spoof says, my husband is crying in happy tears because he still has his job. I made him a chocolate chip cake.
That's a good wife, man. I could go for a chocolate chip cake right now.
If you think the callers that we attract on our show.
Yeah, based on these comments, you got a lot of winners here.
Oh, you were off Thursday, Friday. The 2 things I need to tell you to catch up with the Bart Winkler show lore.
Sure.
Is 1, we had an eBay read that is written so terribly.
AI.
I just shit all over it.
As you did the read, or after the read was done, you're like, oh, fuck eBay. Like,
I said, I can't read this without making it sound like it's red. Can I read it for you?
Sure. Oh, by the way, eBay does not sponsor this podcast, so if anybody's looking for residuals, this is not the one.
Well, then because I shit on the read, I talked about my eBay for 5 minutes and my experience. That's called value added. This segment is brought to you by eBay. eBay is home to millions of finds, and each one becomes a part of your story. I'm already out.
I'm lost. Yeah. Because it's so clearly an inorganic like way to tie it into the show. It's like, okay, he's reading an ad.
Mm-hmm. What else do we got? Drew Brees sounds like Tony Romo stoned.
You know what Drew Brees doesn't do? He doesn't get into fights with truck drivers in Indianapolis.
Did you have any comments on Drew Brees? A lot of Packer fans thought he was very pro Giants.
No, I feel like he was. I feel like he was just there. To be honest, I didn't really pay too much about Drew Brees. I don't think he was, overly offensive. Like if it was, if it was a Tom Brady called game. Tom Brady is just so anti-Giants, no matter what they do. I mean, he's still sore about getting his ass beat those 2 Super Bowls. I thought he was okay. I don't think he was pro Giants, and this is someone who has, pretty much a homered view of the Giants. I'd rather listen to Bob Papa, but I thought you guys got a fair shake on a national broadcast.
A couple of comments since you got in here. Jake wants to know if you're wearing a Tyrone Wheatley jersey.
Jason Sehorn.
Austin, who called the other night, says Carlos Ortiz, arguably the best producer.
I mean, why the fuck is it arguably?
I was offended too a little bit.
I mean,
Bart only hires the best people, many are saying.
That's very true, although Bart didn't hire me.
No, nor can I fire you.
You could. I did check in with the show a little bit Thursday and Friday. Thursday was my wife's birthday, which is why I was out. Friday was, I'm like, do I really want to come in for one day and then have 2 days off? No. Yeah, I think we need to drop the arguably label. No disrespect to anybody who covers for me, but there is definitely only one me. And I am excited to work 5 days with you this week. It might be the only time that I do 5 days a week for the rest of the year.
D. Marie says, enough of this guy, sorry.
Well, your punctuation and capitalization needs a little bit of work.
This is my friend Carlos. He's on my show, the Bart Winkler show.
Right.
Have you heard of it?
And it's like, am I truly offending you guys? Because number one, you won the game. Am I coming in to shit all over the Packers for the sake of doing it? No. You guys deserve to get shit on because you won a game that was really poor by your standards. My team sucks. We should not have been competitive. It's a 2-win team you beat up. And you didn't beat them convincingly.
Oh, Ben wanted me to open a pack of cards.
Okay. What's the pegboard?
This.
Oh, look at me being a complete moron.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very nice board. I got a drywall behind me of random crap.
Yeah, and I've told Carlos this, but that Cubs thing behind you.
This one?
Yeah, there was a guy on Lake Drive, for those that know, that had an estate sale, and he was a big sports fan. But he was also he charged $150 for that thing.
What? I got this for $12.
Yeah. So I was a little worried that this guy was killed by his family and just to drive up the price of his memorabilia. It was like, oh, here's a cool basketball from the 2008 Marquette team. And you're like, oh, okay, what's that? What could it cost, Michael? $25? $300. What are you doing here?
Right.
What people are shopping over there? Steve says it's nice to see the face behind the mic.
Oh, hi, Steve. Someone gets it.
Oh, Craig, that's all right, man. It's good to see you either way.
I will take off my hat just so people can see my luscious hair, unlike Bart, who has to wear hats for different reasons. Oh,
I got a little bit.
No, jeez, no. See, now that's a full head of hair right there, baby. Look at all those curls.
What, bud? I'm not done yet. Almost. Wait.
Your child is begging for attention. Wow, yeah, that's the John Cena treatment in the back there.
What should I do?
Just go Chrome Dome, man. Bald is in.
What do I do?
You gotta get go thicker beard and bald up top.
You know how many times in, let's say I've been doing radio for 10 years. Someone like a boss or somebody in management sends the all company email that says, anyone interested in hair growth endorsement? And I say yes every time. And I think this is going to be it.
I'm saying, you kidding me? I would kill for a Rogaine Bosley Reed.
Should I rip one pack of cards?
If it's a thing that you do, sure. Go nuts.
Okay.
By the way, and everybody, into the Winklerverse, sponsored by Bart Winkler.
You're good.
All right, I'm just trying to fill in time because
the show's over. But I'm gonna rip a pack of cards. Hold on.
Why are the Ravens and Browns playing to a tie?
Why are they on right now?
Oh, he must have putt, you moron! Browns con la pelota.
What?
Browns with the ball.
We always talk English on this pod.
I would say that, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, that's called Spanish. It's the other language that's spoken in this country. How you fair catch and then miss it? What a dodo brain.
We only talk English on this podcast.
Yeah, we don't like your kind around here. What's a Carlos? What do you mean you los your car?
Hello.
Jeez, how much is that phone worth? BlackBerry, nice. I remember when everybody had one of those. You got a Boost mobile phone in there with the walkie-talkie?
Almost.
All right, let's rip these cards so I can go ahead and finish my wing stop.
This is it.
Wings right here.
This is it, Carlos.
Some delicious wings. What is that?
The dollar chip that Paul Allen
that's the
gave
Paul
me.
Allen chip?
Yep.
Here you go, kid. Go away.
All right, my favorite set of cards ever.
Pokemon cards?
1990 Pro set. We've done these before.
Ah, yes.
We've done these before. Oh, hold on. Just in case my haters are watching.
So you mean all of them? All your viewers?
Okay.
Do people like to watch this?
Ready? I wear a mask every day.
Yeah, you look like a member of Antifa.
Oh, shit. Okay. Super Bowl 24.
Okay.
Eddie Brown.
No idea.
The late, great Sam Mills.
No idea. Oh, he's a Packer, wasn't he?
No. Kelvin Martin.
I vaguely remember that name.
Remember the Eagles win over the Patriots in the Super Bowl?
Yes.
I watched that at an event with Bob Greasy. Warren Moon Pro Bowl.
Oh, look at that.
Gary Anderson. Sorry, I didn't edit this out of the audio either. Just turn it off now. We're done. John Settle. Do you remember John Forcade?
No.
Who the fuck is this guy? Steve Wisniewski?
Know that name.
Bro, this is an elite pack.
Dylan Gabriel.
Bro, I got in the same pack Gary Anderson and Morton Anderson.
That's incredible.
This has to be a
played until he was
this has to be a one of one.
Oh my God! What a catch, Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Jesse Sapolu,
I know that.
Jackie
name.
Slater,
Sure.
Daryl Grant,
Yep.
Steve McMichael.
Yep.
That's my pack.
Solid pack.
Open that for nothing. Caller number 5 gets a free Livestrong band. Prop comedy. Well, thanks for stopping back on twice in 1 week.
You got it. This might fill my quota for the rest of the year, unless the Giants and the Packers somehow miraculously meet in the postseason, which they won't.
Something tells me you'll be back.
Yeah, I guess. It's not like I'm going to have a lot of time on my hands pretty soon.
Packers win. LaFleur's still the coach. Mixed feelings, but whatever. Thank you all for stopping into the Winklerverse.